Welcome to Massive Late Fee. And now your hosts, Mark and Carol. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Massive Late Fee. My name is Mark. With me as always is my girlfriend Carol. How you doing this week, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here at Massive Late Fee. It is August 24th, 1996.
It is that.
What do you think about the fact that summer is almost at an end?
I'm sad.
Are you?
It went by too fast. I mean, I love fall, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's it was too fucking fast.
It's going to be a good fall, I think.
I think so.
And
we'll get to pass out candy at our new place.
That's right, yeah. All the little kidlets will come up, and we can give them raisins like the Walsh family.
Oh, God. Never.
But it's going to be a good fall for shopping enthusiasts. How do you like this headline, Mall Trek, instead of Star Trek?
What the fuck?
It seems lazy to me.
Yeah.
I think they just had an image of the Starship Enterprise in money, and they were like, what are we going to use that for? Mall Trek, the next generation. But it's the new, we boldly go to Somerset North to review Detroit's new world of shopping. What do you... Now, you've been, I know because we went. We've been to the new Somerset Mall North. What did you think?
It was fine. It was,
It's
a little bit jazzy.
It's
snazzy.
Schwanky, as you would call it, right?
It was nice.
You weren't going to get caught up in all the hoopla over Somerset North. You wouldn't dream of giving up part of your valuable weekend just to tromp around a mall. But now that Michigan's newest shopping extravaganza has been open a week, you're having second thoughts. Friends and neighbors have been to see the new shopping paradise in Troy, and they've come back laden with shopping bags from Nordstrom and Pottery Barn and Polo Sport.
Fuck that. I've never come back laden with Nordstrom bags.
And now it's beginning to sound like fun. Entertaining, even. You could jump into the minivan and take your chances. Or you could go with an insider's knowledge.
What the fuck?
Which we're ready to provide thanks to 2 intense days of shopping or research this week.
This is dumb.
Yeah, I agree. The Somerset collection. For those of you totally unfamiliar, we have a lot of listeners outside of the beautiful state of Michigan and outside of the southeastern quarter of Michigan here that we live in. But for those of you not around here, around where Carol and I are, we have one mall, the Oakland Mall, which is kind of like the middle class mall. It's got your Hudson's, it's got your Sears.
I love Hudson's.
It's got the standard stuff, the limited and express.
Right.
And I don't know what else. Spencer's Gifts.
I guess like Claire's.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And then you've got the Dirt Mall, which is...
What the fuck?
Well, that's, what's it called? Universal Mall.
Okay.
That's the one with the dollar show and all the low-end stores. Now, Somerset is the upper-end place. It's in Troy, it could be in Birmingham or another ritzy area around here. Think Beverly Hills-ish. That's what it's like. It's got the Nordstroms. It's got all the fancy places.
Nordstrom. Never bought a thing from there. One time, well, actually, that's not true. I bought a dress, but my mother made me take it back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, very expensive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very expensive place. And the whole mall is, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's clean. They've got the escalators and the elevators.
Not like Wonderland Mall in Redford, where...
Holy shit.
It's like all one level, and...
Talk about Dirt Mall.
There's all the ashtrays everywhere, and people it's just a cloudy place.
Wonderland, yeah, it is.
And there's like all these fashion stores that are not even name brand. They're like independently owned, like dressmakers buy these little stores. And yeah,
it's like TJ Mix instead of TJ Maxx.
You can definitely get your nails done. That's about it.
It's the low rent stores, but it's generic knockoffs of the low rent stores.
Right.
Instead of Target, they have Bullseye.
So yeah, I kind of like the lower end malls, honestly.
Yeah, you like Wonderland Mall?
I do.
That's a definitely. Well, I'll tell you what, I like it better than Nordstrom or not Nordstrom,
Somerset.
Yeah, because I feel uncomfortable amongst the moneyed population.
Yeah, you do.
Everyone there is, they all have that North Atlantic accent for some reason. Oh, and why don't you come today? Yes,
When you said the dirt mall, I thought you were talking about that outdoor, like the, discount shopping center that's not like a mall. It's like a flea market almost.
Oh, you're talking about Gibraltar?
Yeah, that's it.
Gibraltar Trade Center. No.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No, that doesn't even get counted as a mall.
No, it's not. It's not a mall. But it is dirty.
Well, you know what else is dirty, Carol? Massive Love.
Yes, it is. Bring it on.
So for those of you new to the show, we'll get to the movie. Don't worry about it. But Massive Love is the segment that we do where we go through the classifieds in the newspaper and bring you the best and brightest of people just looking for love. We're trying to do a public service here for these people.
No, we'd be doing a public service if we actually hooked them up with each other.
Well, we're trying.
That's what we should be doing.
Yeah, we should be dialing the number. Well, if you want to hook this person up, dial 12829.
And tell them to dial.
Now, speaking of malls, 45 plus, a classy, tall, professional, single white male, 6'2". Now, he said he was tall, and then he specifies his exact height. Why don't you just let people decide?
Right, and like...
It's wasting letters.
Way wasting money, wasting letters. And also, what's the 45 plus? What does this mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Be very specific about your height, but not your age, sir. 45 plus, a classy, tall, professional, single white male, 6'2", seeks romantic Saks Fifth Avenue type. Classy.
Go to Somerset.
Classy, adventurous lady. What do you think?
I think classy and adventurous don't usually go together.
Classy and adventurous. Saks Fifth Avenue, yeah. To be classy and have money and stuff like that, you normally have to have done things kind of by the book.
Yeah.
Not adventurous.
No.
Not free-spirited.
And Saks Fifth Avenue, there's not even a Saks Fifth Avenue around here?
No, there's not. There's one on Fifth Avenue.
So...
in New York City.
Yeah, either go to New York City... or try your luck at Somerset.
That's right.
But you're not going
to... troll Nordstrom with your 6'2" ass. He's 75 years old. That's why he can't
right. Like, he's very weird.
A tall Mickey Rourke type guy.
Another tall one, huh?
Right. Attentive, astute, divorced white male. Couldn't have been that attentive. 48. Seeks Kim Basinger type or whatever.
Oh, jeez.
However you say that. Kim Basinger type girl. Fit, footloose. For at least 999 and a half weeks.
What in the actual fuck? Does he think that he's funny?
Yeah. Do you understand what the reference he's making, right?
No.
He's saying he looks like Mickey Rourke.
Who's that?
An actor.
Okay, I figured that. But...
he's looking for his Kim Basinger. They were in the movie 9.5 Weeks together, where they spent 9.5 weeks having sex and feeding each other strawberries erotically and stuff like that. There's a really weird scene in 9.5 Weeks where they're first of all, it's such a weird movie because he lives across from her, I think, from her apartment, and he's filming her like a bunch.
Oh, weird.
And he kind of stalks her. It's a really weird movie. But they end up falling in love or whatever, or have this love affair for 9.5 weeks or whatever, however it goes. And there's this one scene where they're sitting in her kitchen and they're feeding each other food erotically. Like they show, it's like close-ups and stuff of of ice cubes like around the nipples and like feeding each other strawberries and all that kind of stuff. But while they're doing that, this is the song that's playing. I like toast and honey.
Oh, God.
I like toast and jam. That's what my baby feeds me. It's so fucking weird. Tonally, it's all over the place. But it's a weird movie, 9.5 Weeks. Maybe we'll watch it eventually. It's a really... I have a lot to say about it. It's a very strange film.
Sounds interesting.
But anyway, so it's Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger are in the movie. And so he's like, I look like Mickey Rourke. You should look like Kim Basinger, and we'll be together for 999.5 weeks. At least. Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Well, at least he says how old he is.
Yep, that's true. He's 48 and attentive, but divorced.
I mean, it's possible that he was attentive.
And that his wife was...
a bitch.
Yeah, that's... yeah, I guess that's possible.
I was going to say, like, she cheated on him or something, but if he was super attentive, he probably wouldn't get cheated on. I mean, I feel like sometimes it's the person who gets cheated on's fault, too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true.
So, I don't know.
How about this one, Carol? Single chubby lady is seeking a full-blooded, long-haired, non-smoking Native American man. Good luck with the non-smoking thing. Under age 45 for marriage.
What? But okay, but this is a Detroit paper.
I don't understand. This is so... Okay, let's break this down a little bit. No, go ahead. I steamrolled you. Go ahead. Say
No.
It's a Detroit paper.
But, I mean, they're looking for a Native American man in a Detroit paper. Mm-hmm. This is not the place for this ad.
Yeah, this isn't Arizona.
There are tons of reservations around here, but they're not close to Detroit. You gotta go west. You gotta go north.
West, young man.
Whatever.
But no, I have a lot of reservations about this ad. I will say this lady knows exactly who she is and exactly what she wants. But it's so weirdly specific.
Yes.
Okay, single chubby lady, got that, that's fine, is seeking a full-blooded, not cut with anything, gotta be full-blooded, long-haired, so it can't have cut his hair either, non-smoking, no peace pipes, Native American man, under the age of 45, and then on top of it all, for marriage.
Right.
We are fucking getting married.
Yeah, that is a lot. And yeah, and all we know about her is she's both single and chubby.
And a lady.
She has a vagina, folks.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, how are you enticing anyone to call you with this ad?
I don't know.
Even if I fit the bill, I don't know that I'd want to talk to the single chubby lady.
No.
Who wants to get married.
Here's the thing. So many things have to go right for this woman to get contacted. Okay? First, a full-blooded Native American has to see it.
Right.
He has to have long hair. He has to be cool with dating a chubby lady, which is fine. I think, that's that. There's nothing wrong with that,
You're
obviously.
cool with dating a chubby lady.
I like bigger women. I like curvier women. But I wouldn't call you chubby, but I'd call you curvy. But anyway, that's fine. But he's got to be cool with all that, right? But then, let's say he's not into getting married right away. Then you've lost him.
Yeah.
Any one of those things, any one of those dominoes collapses, it's a tenuous house of cards that she's built as far as expectations go.
Wow. That was a bit much.
Yeah. Here's another full-figured woman. Full-figured black female, 6'5".
Wow. Wow. She is full-figured.
Holy shit.
She's like a giant.
She's a linebacker. Full-figured black female, 6'5", 220 pounds. Now, let me tell you something. 220 pounds is not a lot. I wouldn't say, okay, full-figured, sure, I'm sure she's curvy. I don't think she's carrying a ton of fat on her. Because 220 is not that much for 6'5".
Yeah.
Full-figured black female, 6'5", 220 pounds, seeking black male, over 5'7". I would say so. Down to earth. Yeah, he's closer to the earth than you are. Single and serious.
Wow.
What would you... I don't even know how I would react. seeing a 6'5", 220-pound black female. That's an Amazon.
Right? Wow. I'm just, like, floored by this. I feel bad for this girl. Like, that had to be really hard, like, finding a guy to go to prom with.
I feel bad for her mom from the birth.
Right.
No, I mean, that's funny that you were thinking about how hard it would be for her to go to prom and stuff like that. The first thing I thought of is, like, if she likes going to the gym at all, man, it has to be hard for her to squat. She's so tall.
Right.
Hard to get past parallel, isn't it, ma'am? That's a lot. Because I'm sure her legs are long.
Huh.
I got one more here. I got one more, Carol.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think I'm not in a hurry.
Okay. Well, let me cover your eyes.
Ooh.
Imagine a tall, dark, handsome white male in control. You are feminine, 20 to 40, which is a pretty fucking big range, and curious.
Well, yeah, because his main concern is someone who wants to be dominated. He doesn't care about any of the rest of it.
Yeah. And you've got to be curious. Curious about what?
What it's like to be dominated.
I guess. In control. This is what I love. Imagine, let me cover your eyes, and imagine a white man in control. What a wild imagination I'd have to
right?
imagine a white man in control of anything in the world.
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly what we need, is more white men in control.
Right. God, what did his mother do to him?
She covered his eyes.
Oh, God. Oh, people are fucked up.
With that, now, obviously we're together, so, you're not looking for any white men in control of you.
Right.
But would that, if you were looking, and you were looking through the paper, would that, you think, pique your interest?
I would not contact that person.
Okay.
Because I'd be afraid of that person.
Right.
Like, I mean, it sounds a little sexy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't mind some control.
Right. But if he's out there, like...
Oh, he's out there, Carol. Like, you never know where.
Hey, ladies, I'm going to be in control. That's fucked up in the head, dude.
Well, that's my... yeah. It's fine. I think, everybody with their own sexual preferences and stuff like that in the bedroom, consenting adults, anything you guys want to do, that, I mean, we don't judge that. And people, if they want to experiment with control, being controlled, stuff like that, that's fine. But it can't be your personality.
Right.
When you're coming out there, like you said, just straight out like, yeah, I'm going to be in control. If that's your whole thing, like, then that's a guy that cannot perform unless you're chained somewhere.
God.
And I don't know if you want to saddle yourself with that responsibility.
And it's like, what other aspects of life would this apply to?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, I know some people take it very far.
Oh, yeah.
They'll, like, give up control of everything.
I have heard of that.
That sounds really awful and frightening.
I've heard of people even having, like, contract type things.
Yeah. Or, like, the dude who kept his girlfriend in his closet. That's weird.
Like, she's a vacuum cleaner.
Right.
By the way, you can get the same from a vacuum cleaner, sir.
Right? Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying the way he's treating his girlfriend. It's like, if you want a girlfriend, then you should also be accepting of, their personality and, their presence around you and all that stuff. They should be part of your life, not just something to be kept in a closet till you're ready.
Although, according to him, she likes it. I don't know. I never got to talk to her.
Where did you hear about this at?
An acquaintance.
Holy shit. Part of me thought that you made it up, I guess.
No.
Oh, no.
I wish I did.
That's awful. Who wants to live in a closet?
Well, my niece really likes hanging out in closets, so...
Oh, my God. Don't even go there. That is disgusting.
Didn't you like to hang out in closets when you were a little kid?
Yeah, but I mean, like, not to be, kept for
Well, of
sexual
course
purposes.
not. But I'm just saying, maybe this person never grew out of that.
Is it at least a walk-in closet?
I would assume
It's a nice
so.
closet. Got to be adorned nicely, right?
Right. I just keep picturing him just kicking the closet, like, quiet in there.
I thought you meant just like he was super horny or whatever, just kicking the closet open. Junk. Let's go.
God.
She's entertaining a family of mice. There's just a little table with a little tea glass around it. I have people over.
What the fuck? Where did we go? How do we get back?
We need some control. I know someone that can help us.
Follow the breadcrumbs. Okay.
All right. Speaking of massive love, though, there was a lot of love and betrayal and just weirdness going on in the movie that we saw this week, Carol. This movie is one of the weirdest viewing experiences of my life.
You think so?
It was a weird fucking movie.
It was a weird movie, but I liked it.
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying it was really strange.
It was a bit strange. It felt almost voyeuristic at times. Like,
Yeah, a little bit, yes. We saw She's the One. Who's the one? Like, that's when I was... When the movie was over, I was like, who is it, though? Which one of these girls is the one?
I think it's the one that was still married at the end.
I guess.
But, yeah.
I don't even know her name anymore.
Right? Me either. It's a very weird movie. Okay, so we've got... Huh?
I was just going to say, this movie stars and was written and directed by... I can't think of his name.
You said it so many times.
I know. What was his name?
I don't know. I don't know names.
Edgar...
Allan Poe.
Oh, yes. It starred Edgar Allan Poe, and no one is talking about how he came back to life.
It was not Edgar. Edward.
Edward, yes, there you go. Edward something.
Edward.
Furlong.
With the slanty eyes.
What the fuck?
No, not like he's
Horribly
not Asian.
racist.
No, but I mean this.
Jesus.
No,
I just can imagine you on a trip to Vietnam.
he did have. Didn't you see their like thin little slits?
With the slanty. That's how you know they're up to no good.
God, shut up. Didn't he have weird eyes, or was it just me?
I don't know. I don't even want to comment.
You're just gonna leave me hanging out here, huh?
Okay, so I guess he had sleepy eyes. I don't know. He didn't open his eyes fully ever. It didn't seem like
Squinty. That's what I meant.
Squinty. That's
They
a
were
much better
squinty
word.
eyes.
Squinty. Slant. Shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Squinty. He did have squinty eyes.
The dad who
Marty Crane?
Yeah, he plays Marty Crane on Frasier. And the other brother, I have no
I think
idea
his
who the
name
fuck
is
he is.
John Mahoney or something like that. I think is his real name.
Sure. But we got two brothers and a dad.
Yep. The Fighting Fitzgeralds.
They go fishing on their boat, the dad's boat.
Yeah.
And no women are allowed.
That's the movie.
That's the whole point of this movie.
Is that no women are
No
allowed.
women are allowed on the boat. The men are in control.
That's right. The white men in control
Right?
on this boat. And here's the thing, though. They let no women into their hearts.
Right. That's
until
right.
one gets in. That's the point of it. And that's why she's the only one to get on there.
Yep. She's the one. Who's
That's
allowed
right.
on
She's
the boat.
the one. That's right.
There you go.
There you go. You
That's
found
the
it
whole
now.
movie.
Yep. What did you think of the movie?
I enjoyed it. I like Jennifer Aniston. She was in it.
Jennifer Aniston was the long-suffering wife of Mickey. Was that the brother's name?
No, Francis.
Francis.
They
yeah.
called him Franny all the time.
Yeah, Francis and Mickey, I guess, was the main character, right?
But she owned a vibrator.
Yeah.
She was very vocal about this. Her mother bought it for her.
Her sister knows about it.
Her whole family knows that she has a vibrator because her mother bought it for her because her husband's not sleeping with her. Where are the boundaries with these people?
Well, let me tell you something. This is the most New York movie that has ever existed.
Yeah.
I think every person in this movie is from New York. Every person in this movie, I think, is from New York. And they all talk like it, and they all act like it.
Okay.
It's very... The guy that wrote the movie, that also stars in it, whose name I can't remember, Edgar Winter.
Edward.
You don't know Edgar Winter, do you?
No.
Okay. Anyway, so he is from New York. Brooklyn, I believe, is where this takes place mostly.
Yes.
And I know Jennifer Aniston's a New Yorker. She's on that Friends show. Mm. And then Cameron Diaz probably, I don't think, probably not in New York. But she's also not in the movie a lot. And doesn't really... She does kind of have a New York attitude, though. They're all pushy and bossy and kind of break each other's balls. Yeah, they're very selfish. The dad's whole mantra that he beats into his kids' heads are live life for yourself, fuck anyone else. Who cares about your wife? Like, that's basically what he's saying.
Yeah. But, I just think it's so fucked up that his wife wants to have sex with him. Mm-hmm. And he won't sleep with her because he's in love with another woman.
Cameron Diaz.
Then leave.
I think her name was Natalie, wasn't it?
Heather.
Heather, okay.
Heather was the Cameron Diaz.
Okay, Heather was Cameron Diaz.
I don't know the wife's name, though. Jennifer Aniston.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
One of these days, we should actually write this shit down.
She's got a weird voice, doesn't she? I kind of noticed it in this movie, where even when she was trying to talk sexy, she's like, well, let's have sex. You know, kind of like, she's got that voice that goes up like that. It's weird.
Well, I mean, it was, because she was tense, though. I think that was with her character, you know, it's like, hey, I want to have sex with my husband, so I'm going to ask him, but I'm scared, and then she gets rejected, and...
Yeah. Who's rejecting Jennifer Anniston?
And she bought lingerie, and he didn't even look at her.
I know. You're so sad for her.
I was. I would be so brokenhearted. I would have been in there with a knife, not a vibrator.
You wouldn't want to mix those two up, though.
Right. But, I mean, it was several months that they weren't having sex.
3 months or more.
That's awful.
Yeah, because he's in love with Cameron Diaz, and he doesn't want to cheat on his girlfriend with his wife.
Yeah. And his girlfriend's sleeping with somebody else.
Papa.
Ugh.
She calls him Papa.
That's so gross. An old dude who apparently gave her 3 orgasms.
Yeah. He's got a lot of money and apparently a lot of stamina.
I don't get this. If he's old
you're gonna
and wrinkly...
Yeah.
Okay,
so we've offended Asians. Now we're moving on to the geriatric that might listen to these tapes.
Whenever I picture an old dude naked, though, it's horrifying, and she had sex with one.
Yeah.
And seemed very happy about it.
Well, have you ever seen in elephant's ears? That's what an old man's naked body looks like.
Oh my god.
Or if you ever if you're making icing on a cake, and you know how sometimes some will just dribble off the end of the bowl, gets all rolly and beat it up and stuff like that. That's white man's skin when they're older.
Ew.
Maybe he takes really good care of himself though.
Maybe we never see him, so
yeah. Maybe he's doing a lot of cardio.
But he was 75? He said
something like. I mean, he was old. I don't know if they said a specific age, but he was old enough to be her father. And she's like, "My father's dead," and he's like, "Yeah, exactly."
But, the benefit to that is he'll probably die in the next 10 years or so.
She's going to inherit that huge apartment.
Yep. And all the money.
Yeah, he had a lot of money. But she worked on Wall Street. Here's the thing. This is what I think is a little sexist about this movie. She works on Wall Street just like Francis does.
Right.
And Francis is making he's 25, he's making $500,000 a year or something like that. I would assume she's making maybe not quite as much, but she's making similar-ish money.
I mean, she should be making at least 80% of that.
Correct.
Or 70, whatever the statistics were.
Something like that. But that's still quite a bit of money per year. What does she need a sugar daddy for?
Yeah, I guess she doesn't. Maybe she really wasn't it for the sex.
For the 3 orgasms.
Right. But, I mean, that's a lot of, 2 dudes, that's a lot of sex. I wouldn't be up for that much sex.
I saw you contemplating it, though.
Oh,
it wasn't 2 guys at once,
What's weird to me is she had sex with Papa. Mm-hmm. 3 orgasms. Yeah. She's on the phone the next day with Francis, trying to get him to come over there and have sex with her.
And then she had to fake her orgasm.
What the fuck, though? Because you had 3 last night, you horny bitch. She's acting like it's his fault. That's not his fault.
What do you think? Francis is good in bed?
I don't know if Francis
Jennifer Aniston certainly seemed to want it.
I don't know if Francis is good in bed. The point is that you can't have orgasms over and over and over forever. Bodies aren't built like that.
Yeah.
So.
He was certainly a scumbag.
Oh my God. Francis is a terrible, terrible person.
He had sex with his... Cameron Diaz is... the Mickey, the main character's ex-fiance, who she cheated on him.
Yep. Yeah, he came home to find her passed out on the floor with some guy with a hairy ass.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a way to find out that your fiance is cheating on you.
Yeah, and also that's really reckless.
Well, she obviously wanted to get caught. She said to him, she thought the relationship was already over.
Right.
So,
yeah, true.
I mean, there were obviously big problems here.
But because he doesn't have a real job. He drives a fucking cab.
And who cares?
How is that not a real job?
Right. And who cares if he doesn't have money when you have money? What does that matter then?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. But he... So, Francis is having an affair on Jennifer Aniston, on his wife, with Cameron Diaz, who is his brother's ex-fiance.
Right.
At the same time, their mother... is having an affair on their father with the guy that works in the store.
But they don't know that until the end of the movie.
No, but we learn that eventually. So there's multiple cheatings going on.
Right.
Cameron Diaz is cheating on everybody.
Right.
Francis is cheating on his wife. The mom's cheating on the dad.
Yeah.
And I think that's it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, eventually Jennifer Aniston gets with somebody else, but...
Yeah, she gets with the chubby guy.
That's because, they're not together anymore, though. She wasn't cheating.
No. It was a guy that she used to date, and Francis was like, why didn't you marry him if he was so nice? Oh, yeah, that's the other cheating. That guy was getting divorced because his wife was cheating on him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cheating. I wonder what was going on in this dude's life when he wrote this. I
don't know. But then Jennifer Aniston and this dude get together, giving hope to fat guys everywhere.
Well, if he's willing to have sex, that's a big bump up from Francis.
Oh, yeah, he must have gotten laid right away.
Well, yeah.
That was the easiest slam dunk ever.
Oh, that's just so sad.
But the crux of the movie, I suppose, is that Edward Norton is...
I know that one, and no.
Is driving a cab, and he picks up a woman that looks like she's from the islands.
She asks him to take her to the airport. Mm-hmm. And when he's dropping her off...
She's going to a wedding, her best friend's wedding in New Orleans.
Right. She's like, hey, how about you drive me? How much would that cost?
Yeah. How much would it cost to drive from New York to New Orleans?
It's a hell of a drive.
Taxi cab.
Right. He's like, $70,000, $80,000.
He's probably right. It's a long trip.
Right. But somehow, he does it without charging her, obviously. But
I don't get that. Like, does he work for a cab company? Is he independent? I don't know.
Does he own that cab? Yeah.
Does he have a medallion?
I have no idea how any of it works.
Yeah, I don't either.
But he is the kind of person and has the kind of job where he just went, okay, I'll stop working and drive you to New Orleans right now. Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy. I can't imagine having that kind of freedom.
And they get married.
Yeah. On the dance floor of the reception of her best friend's wedding.
That's kind of an asshole move. Let's upstage this wedding.
Because he's like, it should have been us getting married. And she's like, hold that thought, and grabs the pastor.
What a thing to say.
He was just being romantic. I am sure he did not mean it.
Yeah, they've known each other for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Turns out, by the way, she also got accepted to the Sorbonne for her PhD program. And she's supposed to move to Paris if she gets accepted.
Yeah.
And doesn't tell him till like a few days before she's going to find out.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Like, who does that to a person? Like,
and she just mentions it in passing, too. Yeah. He's complaining about their apartment, which never has electricity or hot water. And she's like, well, we might not have to be there. We might only be there for a couple more months because we haven't moved to Paris. He's like, oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's like kind of a crazy train wreck.
Yeah, well, so is he, I guess. It's so weird that she's getting her PhD. In what, by the way?
Right, she's a waitress.
Why is she going to the Sorbonne to get her PhD? What is she getting it in?
And does she speak French?
That's a good question, too.
What the hell? Yeah, the whole thing's very weird. And, like, I mean, to get a PhD, you have to have a master's.
Correct.
She has a master's, and she's working as a waitress.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she's making decent money.
But why isn't she using her master's degree?
I don't know. Maybe she's doing something where she has to get a PhD, or maybe she was waiting to start her career until she got her PhD. Maybe she's on a small break in between completing her master's program, getting her thesis published or whatever, and going to the PhD program to complete her doctoral dissertation.
Maybe, or maybe it's in something useless like philosophy, so you can't ever get a job.
Maybe it's culinary in nature.
That would make sense.
But why would you get a PhD?
Yeah, in cooking. Whenever you say Sorbonne, though, I think of bonbons. I don't know why.
Oh, the Sorbonne.
Yeah.
Well, the big food one out there is the Cordon Bleu School. But, the Sorbonne is a very, prestigious university. I just don't know what she's going for.
She doesn't seem super intelligent. But apparently she is.
Oh, my gosh. But everybody is weird in this movie. That's why the movie is a weird experience.
Yeah.
So, the direction, and, first-time director, I'm pretty sure, he does a fine job. The direction's fine. What I like about it is that it's mostly locked down shots. It's mostly steady shots. There's not a lot of crane work. There's not a lot of dolly work. It's very normally filmed. Just very straight on, not a lot of compositing. Just very straight on lockdown shots. Basic editing stuff. And basic filming stuff, cinematography, everything is not that it's like flat. It has good depth of field and stuff like that, but it's not complicated stuff.
Right.
Partially because he's a first-time director, but it works with how like labyrinth the plot of this movie is, and how strange the dialogue and the way everyone reacts to things.
Yeah.
In the movie is. The simplicity, the juxtaposition of the simplicity of the direction goes well with the weirdness that's going in front of the camera.
Yeah, it's definitely a character movie.
For sure. And I don't even know, like, it focuses a lot more on Francis than I would have thought.
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody's always making fun of him because he's, like, feminine or whatever.
He likes to wear cologne.
Like, he's fancy.
Yeah, he is. He's a fancy lad.
But everybody's like, no, he's not gay. And then when they find out he's not sleeping with his wife, and then everybody's got to check. His dad's like, I'll still love you, even if you're gay, which was surprising.
Yeah, Very nice of you, John Mahoney.
But, like, the dad knew that Francis was cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 girls. He's obviously not gay.
You would think. And it turns out he's not. But Cameron Diaz ends up choosing Papa over him.
Yeah.
He proposes to her. He divorces Jennifer Aniston and proposes to Cameron Diaz. And although he hesitates because, shocking revelation, I guess, what's his name? Byrne. Is it Byrne? Edward Burns?
Maybe. That sounds right.
He reveals to him that the way she worked her way through college was by being a call girl.
Yeah.
And Papa didn't care. And he's like, she goes, this is one of the stupidest moments of dialogue for Francis. She goes, he doesn't care about my past. And he leans in like he's going to really get her and stuff. And he's like, yeah, because he doesn't know you were a call girl. And she goes, he was my best client. And I'm thinking, what do you think she means when she says he doesn't care about my past? He doesn't care that I was once a child? Like, what the fuck do you think she means?
Yeah, she's not very smart
clearly
either.
Talking about being a call girl.
Right. How would you feel? Would you be okay with that?
Probably, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, if she wasn't doing it anymore, like say you used to be a call girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you weren't doing it anymore, you needed to do it to, for money, to educate yourself and stuff like that. Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't judge that.
Interesting.
As long as we knew that you were disease-free, because, you got to be worried about that.
Right.
With AIDS and everything. But as long as we knew you were disease-free and you weren't doing it anymore, yeah. I mean, could I date an active call girl? Probably not.
No.
Or like an active porn star? Probably not. They always talk about the porn stars. What about the porn character actors?
You mean like the pizza delivery guy?
Yes, exactly. Or like, aren't there like every woman in pornography is a porn star? Come on now. Some of them are just some of them are just churning through roles. You know what I mean?
Right.
They really get into what they're doing. But what I'm saying is I couldn't date someone doing that. I couldn't date someone doing that kind of work with sex stuff.
But he does decide that he can get over it, and then she's just like, oh well, too bad. And
I'm not saying that, by the way, real quick, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a prostitute or being a stripper or being, a porn star or anything like that. And I think there are guys that can handle that stuff. I just couldn't, personally.
Yeah, well, just like the Edward, Marty, Mickey... the main character guy who used to date Heather was fine about it.
From from Terminator 2.
Sure. Is that who he was?
No. That is Edward Furlong. Oh. No, that's not the same person.
Whatever.
Hey, is what they say? Hey, is Muffy okay? Yeah, he's fine. That's not your step-parents. Remember?
Yeah.
Because the dog.
The dog was dead.
Ruffy or whatever? I don't know. No, the dog was barking because the dog knew that the liquid Terminator was not the stepmom. And she was killing the stepdad.
Yeah, but eventually... Oh, you know what I was picturing?
A dead dog for some reason?
Yeah, I was picturing the movie Fear where they, like, put the head through the...
Oh, yeah, we watched that. We watched that, like, a couple months ago,
yeah,
Fear. That was a good movie. They killed that fucking dog.
Head through the doggy door. And
they hacked that. How did I still want to know how they hacked that dog's head off. Would they just have a saw in the car?
Ugh. Anyway.
It's unbelievable. That movie gets so bonkers at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's a really good movie, though.
Yeah, it's a good movie. This was fine.
I didn't love the story, though, of Marty and the wife, or Mickey. Mickey and his wife.
Mickey and his new bride from the islands.
Because, I mean, it was kind of a cute story how they got together, but, like, there's not a lot of chemistry between them.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I thought he had way more chemistry with Cameron Diaz.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
when they were on screen together. And it's just, I think it's just not the best casting. She also was a very unnatural actor. I don't know if you noticed that, but Cameron Diaz is fantastic.
Right.
She's been in a few different movies since we first saw her in The Mask. And Jennifer Anniston, obviously, also very natural actress. This woman clashes with almost everyone else in the movie because just a really stiff, unnatural performance to me.
Yeah, I could see that. So, but like they get together,
She had more chemistry with John Mahoney, the dad.
Right.
That one conversation they had together.
But I mean, like, I don't know, their whole relationship didn't make sense. And they create this, like, false drama about whether or not he's going to go with her to Paris, and she breaks up with him because, you know...
He didn't fight for her.
Yeah. Like, at no point did I care.
No.
I didn't feel like, oh, are they going to get back together?
Yeah.
Or, you know, and like at the end when she's there on the boat and they're going to go off together, it's like whatever.
All right. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to last.
It's weird. The whole thing is weird. Like you said, they don't have a lot in common. They seem to clash a lot. They're just getting to know each other, and they're not clicking the way they really should be clicking. And, yeah, it's just the whole thing's weird.
It's not good.
She seems like a fine person, I guess, but, yeah, none of that relationship made any sense. Francis and his, like, little love triangle with the other two of them, that felt more real. You know, but, yeah. I would say, like I said, it was a fine movie. I think you could probably wait and rent it at Blockbuster.
For sure.
I don't think you need to go out and see it in the theater.
Yeah, it was definitely not enhanced by the big screen, but most romantic comedies aren't.
No. And, but I mean, even just like, I just don't think it's one you need to rush out and see. It's okay. It's a fine waste a Saturday afternoon kind of movie. But it's not something like, oh, you gotta go see this.
Agreed.
But anyway, that is the episode for the week. Carol, tell the people all the stuff.
So you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Do it.
Check out our website at retrolatefee.com. Tell your friends. And check out the Patreon thing you do.
Yeah, my friend came up with that new website, Patreon. We're the only ones on it right now. But do patreon.com/retrolatefee and you'll find us. Give us a little bit of money for all the stuff we do. And we got listen, it's not for nothing. We have a lot of extras over there. A lot of extra tapes, extra shows, some interesting stuff. And everything releases early over there, too.
So check it out.
All right, we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.